Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. What is Leica? Leica makes your entire compliance process simple. Leica goes beyond integrations. Their platform connects to your everyday applications and applies actual human expertise to robust software that powers your compliance. Leica easily connects to your applications and instantly creates tailored policies based on your business. Then, compliance experts guide you through automated workflows designed to help you conquer certifications like SOC 2, HIPAA, and GDPR. Leica is the only compliance platform that offers a true integrated audit solution. No more messy spreadsheets, miscellaneous audit documents. Their team of experts manages your audit from beginning to end. Leica is more than just one solution. It maintains 100% confidence in your compliance program with custom monitors and alerts. As the compliance evangelist, I certainly understand the complexities around compliance, particularly around SOC 2, HIPAA, and GDPR. It's hard to unpack requirements when you may not know what they are within your budget and your growth stage. Leica is the solution for you. Listeners to this podcast get 20% off when you join. Visit heyleica.com/compliance to get their exclusive deal. That's HEYLAIKA.com/compliance to request a demo and get 20% off when you sign up with Leica. The Daily Compliance News for November 1, 2021. The What's in a Name edition. And our lead story comes to us from the New York Times, which is a story about companies that change their names to signal a strategy shift, obviously honoring our good friends at Facebook, who are now Meta. Some of the other companies that did so were KFC, formerly known as Kentucky Fried Chicken, who wanted to drop the fried from their name. And then, of course, Dunkin' Donuts became Dunkin'. Philip Morris, Altria Group, really no surprise there given the problems of big tobacco. Probably the most famous is Google becoming Alphabet, but also Weight Watchers became WW in an effort to turn the company into a wellness. British Petroleum was the first company to go faux green by going from British Petroleum to BP back in the 90s, and ValueJet became Air Tran. So sometimes it works, sometimes it creates risk, and sometimes you get laughed at a lot, but one thing is sure, we'll be seeing Meta a whole lot more. Next up, the FTC is taking greater control about how companies do M&A. In an article from the Wall Street Journal, they talk about, or rather the FTC now says that if a company violates antitrust law and gets into trouble once, they're going to have pre-approval by the FTC for any subsequent M&A work. So that's going to be a pretty big change. Next up from Reuters, how Honduran anti-corruption efforts leading up to the president's office fell short, and that's led to an increase in immigration, and there's towards America. And when the MAGA hat wearing idiots attack those people who are leaving, they don't realize just how bad it is if you're going to walk 4,000 miles or 3,000 miles or 1,000 miles. And it really shows the invidiousness of corruption and how it can impact an entire nation. So Honduras was trying to clean up its proverbial act, but got too close to the president's office, so they shut it down, and now we see the results of that. And along those lines, it's just a horrific story from the New York Times about how corruption ruined Lebanon. the deadly port blast, the triple-digit inflation, the energy shortages, and many more of the problems have come directly from a principled or non-principled elite, I should say, who have literally looted the country through their own ineptitude, but more importantly, bribery and corruption. And Lebanon is getting pretty close to a failed state. The port blast was one of the last gasps which have taken Lebanon into a very perilous situation. Once again, immigration.
The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.